What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another War Thunder video. Here we're taking a look at the Object 906 in today's War Thunder review. This is a Soviet light tank with a battle rating of 7.0. Features an 85mm cannon, an autoloader, and a 2-plane stabilizer. In short, this thing is extraordinary. Now, when people think of the 85mm gun for the Soviets, they often think of the T-44 and the T-30-45. This is a completely different beast. You have at your disposal over 200mm of penetration, and that doesn't even include the heat FS shell. That can pen over 300mm, or up to 300mm, excuse me. As far as unlocking it, I honestly wouldn't even bother with it until at the very end. I have spaded my tank, and I've only needed to use heat FS once. Just once. It was against a mouse, and I'll show you that engagement a little bit later. All the other upgrades, honestly, it really doesn't matter, but I would probably go for the performance upgrades after getting the adjustment of fire, because you want to get that cannon to be as accurate as you can. Fire protection, it's not that crucial on this vehicle. You're not going to survive very long anyway. If you look at the inside, you've got 3 crew members, so 2 of them die, your tank's dead. It's just that simple. You're not going to survive very long, I'm afraid. Armor-wise, you're looking at roughly 30mm of armor all the way around. On top, you get 20mm. Just 8 here on the roof. On the engine deck, you're only looking at 12mm. So aircraft are a huge problem. 50 cals, 20 mils. Honestly, just about everything in the air at this BR will be able to penetrate you from above. That, of course, doesn't even include all the vehicles on the ground that can pen you. You're not going to bounce very many shells. The few that I have bounced have hit this little joining area right here. I've actually bounced heat FS shells that have hit this. It's a really trollish area. Now, earlier I mentioned there's an autoloader. That this drops the reload rate down to 6 seconds. So it doesn't matter how highly trained your crew is. I'm up to 150. It just doesn't matter. You have a 6-second reload. It's extraordinary. If you lose a crew member, it doesn't affect the reload. It's excellent. Turret rotation is 18.8 degrees a second, which is excellent in RB. Vertical guidance of -5 is not great, but it's pretty typical for Soviet vehicles. It's really this vehicle is all about mobility. It's lightweight and has excellent reverse speeds. It's all about getting on those flanks and killing your opponents, because you can't go head on with them. You can penetrate their armor just fine at this BR, but the problem is you just can't bounce a shot. The armor is so thin, you have to flank and hope that they're looking in another direction. In this first clip, we're going to get into some battles on Poland. This is actually from a replay file because my recording software failed to record this, and I wanted to show this first engagement as it's against a couple of very heavy tanks. Come out to the left side of Poland. I'll find a T-34. First shot takes out his gun barrel. He can't really do anything other than 50 cal me. And with that front slope the way it is, he can't actually penetrate that. With him, with his gun out, I know that this is my time. He repairs it, I'm dead. Second shot goes into the optics, taking out the gun breech as well as the gunner. Just continue to push him. This is my best opportunity to take him out. Third shot takes him out. Same exact shot, right through the optics. Easy kill. My teammate just got killed next to me, and here we go. I got another heavy. Come on, hit that. Oh, how did that not pen? Tried to go for the machine gun port. This guy's got the elevation on me though, so his 50 cals are actually being able to. All right, they're penetrating my turret, so I had to take him out. Went through the lower front plate. Ammo racked him. They pushed a little bit further. See another tank coming. An STR V81. By the rockets on top. Into the lower front plate on the right, where the ammo is. Take him out. Wait, just a few more. You can see this. The reverse speed on this is just—it's absurd. It's like a go-kart. It's ridiculous. One more tank spawns in. It's a Walker Bulldog. This is spawn camping, I admit, but that's the way the map is designed, I'm afraid. And just that quickly, got 4 quick kills, and our team is doing quite well. In our game number 2, we find ourselves on the snowy passages of Finland. I've made my way up to Bravo, as I want to get an early cap, as I want to put additional pressure on the enemy team to respond. You see, we've already got the left side cap. I just ease it in here, peek over the hill, and see what I thought was a tank. Sure enough, he peeks out just a little bit more. It's a German Jagdpanther. Aim just to the right of the gun, right through the optics. It's a pretty rare shot to hit for me. Normally when I engage a Jagdpanther, I'll shoot right next to the gun. There's a little bitty gap there, right next to the gun barrel, and you can usually sneak in a shot from a tank like this. Awesome reverse speeds. You can just cruise around the map like you're in a sports car, just about.
Our victory is near.
One thing that I dislike about the Object 906, aside from the armor, is the fact that it's such a long vehicle. You end up having to expose yourself a little bit, coming around a corner to get a shot on something. You notice on the mini-map there's a heavy that's being marked just here up on my right. And I know this is a good opportunity for me to get around and flank him. I have to pray that no one up here next to the spawn is looking this way, because I could get shot myself. You can hear the engine. You can tell it's a King Tiger. At least I can tell. I've engaged them enough times by now that I can tell the sound of the engine. Not looking my way, so I take my time, let the game or gun stabilize, and I get shot right in the ass. He gets taken out. My ally starts taking fire from a Quellian behind me. We just respawned. My turret drive is out, so I have to get out of here. I drive away, I look around for the Quellian, and I mark him on the map with my binoculars. This, as you may remember, is part of the new scouting feature that's been added a couple of patches ago for light tanks to make them more useful. And it certainly helps me here. I pull in here and wait to repair this horizontal, as I can't really fire very safely like this. Now you'll notice that the mark is moving. That Quellian is making its way down this road, and I've got 30 seconds to watch him as he moves down this road. I got a nice little tracking. It's essentially like a tracking beacon. I've got one opportunity to take him out. If I miss, he'll shred me. Quellian has excellent penetration. Frankly, all SPA do. And one opportunity. If I mess this up, I'm dead. Thankfully, he was looking the opposite direction. That would have been horrible if he was looking right directly at me. What he should have been doing is looking at the snow. I think my tracks would have been visible to him. You can see right there. Now, he may, if he's using ultra low quality, they may not show up for him. But I think if you're using medium or higher, I think my tracks would have shown up. But I could be wrong. I would get 2 more kills in that match, but I decided to just edit those out and focus on the next battle. After all, the 2 kills that I got were on King Tigers, both of which were in the spawn, so those are uninteresting kills. In our 3rd game, we're on Stalingrad, another winter map, and I'm coming around the backside as people are getting marked over here. I'm going to run into 2 enemy tanks over here, M46 and an STRV-81. Well, neither of which know I'm here behind them. Again, what you're trying to do is to flank behind anything you can. Use your speed, use your agility, This thing is really nimble, especially when you get the upgrades. 2 right in the back of the turret. Just like that, they're down, and I got a tortoise to my back left coming in. As usual, tortoise is pretty slow, so he's not able to get around the map very quickly. Take out his driver, and then scout him with the scout feature. My teammate takes the kill, quick assist, and we're off and running. It's that quick sometimes. The matches with the Object 906, they're very fast paced, and that's why you often end up in a situation where you're spawn camping, like in the last couple of matches, where before you know it, you've destroyed the enemy team and you're right there spawn camping them to finish them off. SPA up here getting marked, so I figured I'd help my teammate out. Those are very dangerous vehicles. And 42 is what this one is. But you hear that plane? That's a revenge bomber. And that couldn't have been much better. Couldn't have dropped that much better than that. Now we transition on to another map. This is Eastern Europe Domination. Making our normal flank. It's got an STB making away. I scout him with the scouting feature. Missed the first shot. He returns fire with his 50 cals, marking me on the map for his allies. They know exactly where I am. I return fire, literally setting his own tank on fire with my secondary shot, and he ends up burning up here in a minute, as he obviously doesn't have fire protection. I would take out a Kugel Blitz in the spawn and take a couple of pot shots at a mouse, but I couldn't do any sort of damage, as I couldn't really see enough of him to actually hit him. I make my way through the bushes here, just wait for something to pop out, and literally something right in front of me is a Panther 2. He shows up out of nowhere. I don't know why he was so hard charging. Then there's another mouse that pops up right in front of my auto squad mate here. Hit him in the side, but I aimed just a little bit too high, and I don't think that would have penned anyway, as he was quite well angled. Behind him is another mouse. I aim low for the hull, and it pens the ammunition. Beautiful. This mouse is backed up a little bit. I'm trying to get that nice cheek shot. Uh-oh. No trees. No trees. I'm stuck. Mark him for pen. Oh, I bounced the mouse? What? What? Okay, he's too well angled. Load the heat. Come on. This ought to pen. Oh, now he's even making it easy for me. Yeah. Load the heat when I didn't even need it. And that's just the way it goes, right? That's literally the only time I've ever needed heat. And if I would have waited 5 more seconds, he would have traversed his hull enough that I wouldn't have even needed the heat. The way it goes. You hear that? That's bad news. That's airplanes. That's, it's time to run. Yeah, engine's out. And, yeah. This is the life of the Object 906. You flank, you get bombed, rocketed, rammed, whatever it takes. Lastly, we find our way back to Poland. We started on Poland, we're going to finish on Poland. With the same exact strat, because it works from both sides. You don't want to push up too fast, too early. Because there's not as much cover going the opposite direction. Since Germany's on their side, I know somebody's going to be wanting to get into these trees to my left, so gotta be careful I don't have guys on... Oh, here we go. RE-251. What? Well, it'll at least slow down the engine a little bit. Got a yellow engine. Or orange engine, actually. There's a Panther 2. That spotlight gives him away so well. Quick acceleration, the quick reverse speeds, and the stabilizer. It all adds up to making this a very good tank for this map, as you're able to work these ridge lines really successfully. Alright, what is this? Can't tell. That's a Leopard. Alright, and he's not looking at me, so we're gonna wait for him to pick a direction. The Leopard in this situation is at a significant disadvantage because he doesn't have a stabilizer, and he just wasn't able to turn around his gun and shoot at the same time. It's a huge advantage for the Object 906. And look at the other side of the map. My team is absolutely handling the other team their asses right now. Already dealt with 3 tanks. I haven't killed the Panther, but I marked him there for my teammate. As you can see, we've got an ally here on the Charlie with me. And here's another tank, King Tiger. So at least 4 of their players went to the side of the lake. To me, that's at least one too many players. You need 3 at the absolute most. 2 should be able to handle whatever comes this way, most of the time. So with the King Tiger focused on the cap, I put a shot in the side of him, light him on fire, and I believe he ends up J'ing out as he realizes there's just no point. That second shot I don't think would have penned, as he was quite well angled. The Panther 2 would go down about a minute later. My ally on Charlie would end up taking him out. I was actually surprised that the Panther 2 never bothered to push me. Like he wasn't sure where I was, and he just wasn't willing to engage me. It's pretty smart, you know. You don't want to push someone when you don't know where they are. After all, this part of the map is kind of dangerous, especially to the far left, as there's a large forest that some people like to get in and hide. Anyway, this match would end as all matches do on Poland, with spawn camping. Regardless of which side of the map you spawn on, it's pretty easy to spawn camp when one side gets the upper hand. And I think this is a fantastic vehicle. Yeah, the armor of the Object 906 really is abysmal, but the cannon on this thing is amazing. It's got good penetration for the stock round, so you don't have to spend several hours unlocking 3 or 4 different ammunition upgrades in order to get a decent shell. You get a good shell right out of the gate, and like I said, heat FS isn't necessary until you see a really well angled mouse or something like that. It's an extraordinary round, and perhaps the best thing about this vehicle is the stabilizer. The 2-plane stabilizer reminds me of playing British tanks. You know, the Centurion Mark III or the Centurion Mark X, the Carnarvon. They're all remarkable tanks because of that stabilizer, at least in part. It makes it really feels odd to be driving a Soviet tank that has a stabilizer. It's really weird, but it's fantastic. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this look at the Object 906. If you enjoyed this video, please click that thumbs up button. And of course, if you're new to the channel, please subscribe. Take care, guys.